Good morning students. Today we are going to start a new chapter, but before that I am going to ask you few questions based on your previous knowledge. So let's revise the basic concepts of this lesson. So first of all, tell me what is democracy?
Democracy is a form of government in which people rule their own country. Is it correct, ma'am?
So democracy, yes. So democracy, in short, we can say democracy is government for the people, by the people and from the people. So democracy also, it allows the separation of power. It allows the separation of power of government. And democracy in India, we know that it is the democratic government. So democracy, it allows the separation of power to prevent the abuse of the power. To prevent the abuse. So we can say this, democracy also allows the separation of power of the government. As we can see the different branches of government. Okay, now tell me in short, what is Constitution of India? Which you learned in the previous chapter?
Constitution is a book where a set of rules has been given to the government.
Yes. So Constitution is a set of rules and regulations guiding the administration of the country. So Constitution of India, it has many special features which distinguish it from the other constitution of the world. We know this. So Constitution of India, it also delineates the separation of power of government. So Constitution also delineates the separation of power. Delineates means set forth. So it set forth the separation of power of government to prevent its abuse. Okay. So these two we have seen this. Now students, tell me, what is federal parliamentary form of government?
Where the government has 3 tiers.
Yes, very good. So government is divided into 3 tier systems. That first is the central government, then state, and state is divided into the local governments, local administration. Okay. So this federal parliamentary form of government, it also allows the separation of power of government. Federal parliamentary government. Okay. So children, now tell me, how is the working of government, which you studied in the second lesson, that is parliamentary form of government. What are the 3 organs of the government?
Executive, judiciary and legislative.
Yes, very good. So children, see this. Can we assume this tree as a government which is having the organs, 3 branches as 3 organs? Yes. So we will relate the government with this tree. So this is the government which has the 3 organs. First is legislative organ. What is function of the legislative organ? Yes, these organs means the members who are there in legislative body, it makes the laws. Then next is executive organ. This executive organ, it implements the laws made by this legislative organ. And then next is the judiciary. That is judiciary, it consists of the mechanism of courts. So children, today we are going to discuss about this judiciary lesson. So today we'll start the 4th chapter, that is the judiciary. Civics lesson number 4. Okay. Now children, in this chapter we are going to, today in this period we are going to see actually what is the meaning of judiciary, what it means and the role of the judiciary. These two we are going to study, and in next period we are going to study the structure of judiciary. So before learning the structure, let's understand actually what is judiciary and what are the what is the role which judiciary plays. So first of all, let's discuss about this judiciary. At a glance of newspaper, you may be knowing the variety of cases solved by the courts. Okay. Now children, tell me, why do people go to court?
To take justice.
Yes, to take the justice and
To solve the dispute.
yes, very good, to solve the disputes. Do the people go to court for marriage?
Yes.
Yes. So these are the reasons which the people go to court. So children, recently the Bombay High Court, it ruled a special law called Senior Citizen Act. Senior Citizen Act 2007. So this act gives the right to senior citizens. Who are senior citizens? These are the elderly people. So this act gave the right to senior citizens to take away their property given to the children. If the children failed to take their proper care, or if the children they leaves their old parents alone, or if they harass their parents for the property. So this is the act, which is the special act given by the court, High Court of Bombay in 2007. So okay. So let's move to other part now. Okay. Now children, can you identify this statue? Where do you see this statue?
In the court.
Yes, you can see this statue in the court. What do you understand by looking at this statue?
Justice. All are treated equally.
Yes. So this statue, it is the Justicia. The name of this statue is the Lady Justicia, which is blindfolded, and this Lady Justicia, it's the symbol for the fair and legal treatment of the judiciary. That is fair and justice is there. We know that judiciary is there for the fair justice for the common people, means for everybody. So this, it is the symbol of the justice. Though it is blindfolded, this justice is doing this judiciary is doing the justice to all without discrimination, prejudice, or we can say the gender or caste, etc. Okay. Now children, now let's see the significance of judiciary. Let's see the work of the judiciary. Significance of judiciary, or we can say the role of the judiciary. The role of the judiciary can be divided into three parts. That is, the first is dispute resolution, second is judicial review, Third is upholding the laws and enforcing fundamental rights. Now we will see one by one. First of all, we will see the dispute resolution. Okay, so this judiciary, or we can say the mechanism of court, is capable to settle the disputes between the citizens. First of all, it settles the disputes between the citizens. Second, it settles the disputes between the citizens and government. Thirdly, it settles the disputes between the state government and central government. And fourthly, it solves the disputes between the two state governments. Okay. Now we will see one example of this dispute resolution. I will show you the newspaper article and you are going to read this. Okay, now read this loudly.
Kerala became the first state to join citizens across the country's spectrum to challenge in the Supreme Court the constitutionality of the Citizenship Amendment Act CAA, which fast tracks grant of citizenship on the basis of religion. The state has approached the Supreme Court nearly 15 days after its legislative assembly unanimously requested a centre to abrogate the CAA on December 31, 2019, and it comes just 3 days after the CAA came into effect on January 10. The original suit has been filed under Article 131 of the Constitution. The Supreme Court has original jurisdiction in disputes between states or the center and states. The article allows it to directly take consent of.
Okay, so it's an example of the disputes between the state government and central government. So this state government, that is the Kerala, it filed a complaint against the central government under Article 131. Article 131 is related with the central state disputes. So under this article, this Kerala government, it filed a complaint against the central government challenging the Citizenship Amendment Act, that is the CAA 2019. You know, you may be aware of this act. So it's an example, and according to this Kerala government, that is this Citizenship Amendment Act, that is CAA, it is the violation of the basic structure of the Constitution, that is it is the violation of the secularism. Secularism means what?
Following any religion.
No religion is special. Every religion is equal. So this CAA, it is against the secularism.
Yes.
Okay. Now next. Now next example, that is the judicial review. Next significance of judiciary is judicial review. It is the judiciary. Through this judicial review, it means that as the interpreter of the constitution, judiciary as the interpreter of the constitution, it has right to struck down certain laws made by the parliament. So parliaments made certain laws which is against the basic principles of the constitution. So here is an example. Now see this. This newspaper article, it shows that IIT Act 66A, this act was struck down by the judiciary because this 66A, this act, it was often misused by the state police to arrest the people on the basis of the judgments or basis of the whatever they says in the social sites, whatever the comments they give on the social sites. So the comments on the basis of this Act 66A, the police used to arrest those people who used to give the critical comment against the government or against any political or social issues. That's why the judiciary struck down this Act 66A, as it was against the basic principle of constitution, that is the principle of that is the expression, means that is the power of expression, power of expression and freedom, which are the pillars of democracy. So that's why this act was rejected, struck down by the judiciary. Now third is the upholding laws. Upholding laws and ensuring fundamental rights. Upholding laws and ensuring, or we can say the enforcing fundamental rights. This is the third. So through this third significance or third role of judiciary, that is the upholding laws and enforcing fundamental rights, that means every citizen has the right to go to High Court or Supreme Court if their fundamental rights has been violated. So this is the third significance. Now see, read this example. Okay.
New Delhi, the Supreme Court today pronounced that individual privacy is a fundamental right protected by the Constitution. The ruling was delivered by a rare 9-member bench and is based on an array of petitions that challenge the mandatory use of Aadhaar cards, which assign a unique 12-digit ID to every citizen. The ruling on the highly contentious issue was to deal with a batch of petitions challenging the centre's move to make Aadhaar mandatory for availing the benefits of various social welfare schemes. Petitioners say that enforcing the use of Aadhaar is an infringement of privacy. The government has heralded the right to privacy verdict, saying judgment by a 9-member bench affirms the government position.
Yes, very good. So it's an example of this third law, that is the third role of judiciary, that is the upholding laws and enforcing fundamental rights. In this, Supreme Court announces that individual's privacy is the fundamental fundamental right. So the privacy of an individual is one of the fundamental right told by the Supreme Court. So these are the significance of the judiciaries. So students, now I am giving you homework. So your homework is just now I explained you about these 3 roles of the judiciary. So you are going to find out more examples and tell me and tell in class about this, the work of this judiciary. More examples I want in the next period. Okay.